Hello everybody and welcome back. You probably know Lake. He's back visiting again. We're going to get back into cylinders again. We're going to get
cylinder finish is a big part of it. And then we've got things like oil analysis and stuff now that you can do while the engine's still together to give you an idea of what's coming down the pipe.
And that should be utilized way more. I just can tell you when it's time. It could save you by pulling a motor out just before it was too late.
Oh, exactly.
And where you could have fixed it.
Oh, yeah.
If you run a circuit track program, like I said, it can be even more important if you're low budget because you can't afford another engine.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah. How much does it cost?
$70.
So for $70, you get it back in 3 days, 4 days, or something?
7 days. So for $70, you get it back in 7 days. If you need it really quick, for $130, you get it back in 3 days.
You could find out before this big race if, you know what, we'll put a first set of plugs in, adjust the valves, and we're going to be okay. Or you can find out now, hey, I got bearings going out, I got fuel, the tune is wrong.
Oh, exactly. You can see, let's say, just give you some real numbers. If you do an oil analysis and say you're running unleaded fuel, if you see 30 parts per million lead in the oil, you have a bearing going out. We've seen that. That's the thing. All the testing we do out shavers, we're taking this engine apart, putting it back together, back and forth all the time. We take oil samples from every single time that engine goes in the dyno. And we've actually, got in a hurry, made a mistake, left a little piece of debris in the engine, in it.
So you could tell if it's just a little bit of lint or a little bit of something that's flying around the
right.
assembly room or actually coming from the engine.
Right, yeah. We see, okay, man, we had a little bit of dirt or something in there and it took out one of the bearings, but before it failed, before it dropped oil pressure, before it threw a rod through the side of the block and wrecked everything, we actually saw it on the oil analysis.
Which is a lot cheaper.
Way cheaper.
A lot cheaper to pull the motor out and freshen it up, put a first set of bearings in it.
And the other thing you said too about the tune-up, if your fuel dilution is the #1 enemy of your oil. Oil is the lifeblood of your engine. Without oil, you're in trouble. And if you put fuel in the oil, it kills the oil. You can see your tune-up. You can see if you have dirty injectors or something like that. You can see it in the oil analysis.
So all these tuners out there, and it seems like a lot of the younger people, I shouldn't just say, have gotten in, they're embracing tuning. Boy, they have no problem with the laptop.
Oh,
they're
yeah.
embracing tuning. They're doing multiple boosts. They're doing a lot more than the older guys are.
Yep.
The tuner. If you got a tuner, if you're tuning, you should probably be adding oil analyst to what you do as a tuner.
You need to see, right? Not only am I making the power I want to make, but what is that doing to my engine? Because, yeah, I can maybe throw a little more fuel at it, and maybe it makes a little more power. But what price am I paying in terms of wear of my engine for that? Because if I'm putting in, say, somewhere between 3 to 4% fuel in the oil, you're gonna have higher wear. Period.
It's gonna change. It's gonna change the chemistry of the oil.
Right. It's gonna make it. You're gonna basically make the oil thinner.
It's gonna be more abrasive than it is gonna be lubricant.
You're gonna consume the additive package faster, so the wear rate's gonna be higher. I mean, I see it every day. Like I look at every single report we send out to our customers every day. My kids help me out in the business, and they do all this other stuff. But at the end of the day, I'm the one that looks at it before it goes to the customer and gives them my feedback on what I'm seeing. And I can tell you for a fact, 99 times out of 100, if there's a high wear problem, there's a high fuel problem that came first.
And that's okay. There's Lake's not the only one doing oil. But like I've said it to other people as well. He's the only one that actually analyzes the data. I've had oils sent out, and I've had it. I got the sheet back.
You get the report back, yeah.
Oh, now go ahead and open up the old, the old laptop and start going up to, Wikipedia. Start going up there, start reading what all these things are.
Yeah, if you don't know that Fe is iron, it's not really helpful.
Exactly. So, yeah, I love technology, I love reading, but boy, it's a lot to go look at. And I stop at one thing: how much is that magnesium or what? And
what we try to do is make everything color coded. I always say, if you can navigate a stoplight, then you can navigate a speed diagnostics oil analysis report, because everything's color coded. If it's green, it's good. Don't worry about it. If there's something yellow,
something to be concerned with.
We need to pay attention here. Doesn't mean you need to stop what you're doing, but you just need to pay attention. If there's something red, you have a problem. That's something that's outside the normal range, and it needs to be investigated to figure out what's going on. You should stop what you're doing, red, stoplight, so that you don't end up having catastrophic failure.
That's danger zone.
Yeah.
Analyze your oil and find out what's going on. Right after a race, have it analyzed. Have it analyzed right after it's broken in, and then after a race, and see what the difference is.
Well, it goes back to what we were saying earlier. We live in an age now where we don't have to rely on speculation. We don't have to guess anymore. We have all the tools available to us, from measurement tools to oil analysis, things like that. The laptop that can plug in and read the sensors and tell us what's going on. We can make decisions based on data. You know, I say it's science, not speculation. I give me science every time. I don't want to speculate.
Science doesn't lie.
No. If I'm going out for a race, I want to know that my clutch is going to work. I want to know that things are going to do what I expect it to do. Because then, if my race vehicle does what I expect it to do, then that gives me a chance to go win the race and go do my best. If I don't win, then it's either someone was faster than me or I didn't do my job as the driver. But at the end of the day, I can live with both those two results. If someone's just better than me, okay, fair enough.
I can up my game.
I up my game. If I messed up as a driver, okay, that's on me. What's frustrating, what no one likes, is to show up and then things not work right and you guess wrong on your tune-up or your setup or whatever because you speculated on what you thought was a problem versus knowing.
And then you knew there was a problem and you compounded it by guessing wrong. Yeah. And golly, at that point, if you would have done it a right analysis of it, you may have solved it. You may have even a failure is not a failure if you learn from it.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, if you learn from it,
you learn more from those than you do anything else.
Yeah. Well, once again, with reverse blueprinting an engine, if you learn from it, hey, awesome. It'll never happen again.
Yep.
You know, or you've seen the problem and you do a logical think of what you think is going to solve the problem, and the next time it comes back in, more data to see did it get better or worse. Right. Did my ideas of what I thought was going to be the problem, help it, or God, it's still there. So I was totally wrong in my ideas of what this problem was.
Well, that's the key thing is that I think for so many years that was what we all did. Is there was a problem, and then everyone began to speculate about what the problem was. What caused it? What can we do to prevent it? Speculation. Sometimes people guessed right. Sometimes they guessed wrong. Sometimes, which could be the worst case scenario, is they thought about what their problem was. They came up with an idea, and they went a certain direction. And they went the right direction, but they didn't go there for the right reason. But they think because the results turned out positive for them that their logic was correct. And they just happened to get lucky and went the right direction, but their logic was still false. Well, then that means you could still cause that problem again or cause another problem because your logic, your reasoning is wrong. When you have science, when you can actually have data, now you can actually have confidence. It's easy to bolt on 600 horsepower.
Easy.
It's like crazy to say
and
that.
Everybody now has
just bolt on 600.
There was a time that everybody was scared of the laptop. Now everyone, you can tune with a phone now.
Right.
Yeah.
We all have these.
Yeah.
We're all used to these things
now. It's more sophisticated than there's more power in a phone these days than it's on a car.
Oh.
I mean,
it's crazy.
Yes. It's just
they went to the moon with way less computing power that's in our pocket. One of the things is, if you think back to like the NASCAR guys, one of the things that was really big for them was we had all the resources to do failure analysis. And the fact that we ran engines every single week and we were getting engines back every week, that's how they learned so much.
Yeah, you weren't testing the oil, it was just actual physical turn apart.
When you're physically running engines every week and you're getting them back every week and you're analyzing the oil and you're measuring everything and you're looking at all the parts, you learn faster than if you build it and you send it out and it comes back in a few years or several years later. That's a much slower learning process and there's more variables that come into play. So your picture isn't as clear. So that's one of the things that we kind of actually love doing all this stuff for is we're actually taking all the stuff that, I always just say, Home Depot, FedEx, and M&M's never asked us when we were at Gibbs how much money we spent on oil. All they cared about winning races, winning championships. So we could do whatever we wanted to do with oil. Just win races, win championships. And then we were able to take what we learned from that, and we were able to share it with people. And we're just going to continue to do that today.